Pleasure now to go with the man who's involved in every sport at HSU. That, of course, is not Dan Cullen, who is involved, but you know the athletes so well, Drew. The strength and conditioning coach, Drew Peterson, has joined us many times here at Humboldt State tonight. Drew, what's new?
Oh, you know, a busy time of the year for us, finishing up the fall sports. People often associate me with being extra busy when the teams are in season. And that's the time where I spend the least amount of time with them. We're just maintaining the levels of strength and conditioning that they've built up in the off season. And so my time in the fall really devoted towards both basketball programs and our terrific class of freshman redshirt football players. And then when the in-season sports, I see them just a couple of times a week for a real moderate training routine, just trying to maintain what they've already built up.
So built up as we get ready for basketball season. What kind of work has the basketball teams, men and women, been putting forth as their season gets started and you'll see less of them?
Well, they've kind of gone through an 8-week boot camp, strength and conditioning and fitness, speed, agility, quickness type of thing. I think they'll be glad to have practice start. They spent more time with us than they do their coaches, and we have them with their weight training 4 days a week, with their speed, agility, and plyometrics 3 to 4 days a week, with some conditioning, and so it's really trying to put the finishing touches on what they did at the end of the spring and throughout the summer to get them peaked out for basketball season, which basically got underway a couple of weeks ago.
Drew, as we look at everything in this world, things evolve and they come with time. How has weightlifting evolved from when you were a college football player to maybe when I played 10 years ago to what the student athletes are doing today?
I think it was kind of an anomaly back when I played. You know, there were guys that did it, but we didn't really know what we were doing. You'd go down to the local health club, and maybe if you were lucky enough to have a weight room at the college or junior college you were at, but there wasn't anyone there really structuring it. There wasn't much difference between bodybuilding and weightlifting and conditioning for the specific metabolic demands of sport. And now it is a part of everything. I mean, strength is a base of everything these athletes do. It's the one way away from their sport they can improve their performance the most. So ample amount of time is spent in the off season developing strength and turning that strength into power, speed, agility, and quickness. So I think it is the evolution is apparent on the field and on the courts, and what you see bigger, stronger, faster people.
Okay, let's forget about the differences between football, soccer, and how you train. I mean, I think you can look at the athletes and see maybe some of the things they're doing different. But for the folks out there, what is something that every athlete has in common that they need to get done when they go into the weight room?
Well, I mean, strength in its development is general, and its application is specific. So a lot of what you see that goes on in the weight room is pretty similar for the teams. There might be different sets and reps and periodization type protocol, but you know, strength is basic. How you apply it is specific. So a football player applies it differently than a soccer player or a basketball player.
All right, Drew, we're running out of time. I got to ask you, you've got former assistants all over the country at the top colleges and best athletic departments in the university. How are we lucky enough to keep you around here at Humboldt State and you haven't left us for you know, USC or Florida, one of those places?
I'm glad that they're able to keep me here. I think I've been around long enough to where people ignore me down. He's just the guy that's in the weight room all day, so let's leave him alone. So I'm the lucky one, JB.
I think you're famous though as the PA, the voice for all the fans here at Humboldt State.
That is a fun extracurricular part of my job for football and basketball. A lot of fun.
Coach Peterson, always a pleasure to catch up. Drew Peterson right here on Humboldt State tonight. I want to thank Coach Johnson and Coach Smith as well. I'm JB Mathers.